Steam. Bollocks. Morning.
Well, good morning, y'all. Legally married hamster is back. And I've had a cracking few weeks off. Gotta be said. It's the first time I've ridden in, well, since the last time I spoke to you, which was nigh on 2 weeks ago. But yeah, what an absolute cracking 2 weeks. I had a couple of days off to kind of get bits and pieces sorted for the wedding. I had to go pick up some suits and some presents and all this type of thing. And I also left writing my speech to the very last minute, more or less anyway. Married on the Saturday, done the speech on Wednesday, Thursday. Although I had it all marked out, I had ideas and bullet points, I just needed to write it out and actually get it into my head. And I'm one of these people that learns last minute. Isn't something that I can learn 2 weeks before and then recite. So that's the way I did it. And it came off really well, I think. And then the Friday night I spent in Bristol with my two best men and one of my best men's wife, because Mrs. Hamster didn't trust us alone, so she sent back up to make sure that we didn't do anything stupid. And that was a good night. We had a few beers and a pizza at Pizza Express. Back to Bristol, where I spent 4 years in uni. And then it was off to the venue on the Saturday. And by God, we could not have hoped for better weather. It was absolutely amazing. The week before, on the Thursday, it absolutely tonked it down. And at that point you were almost kind of, yeah, if it's dry it'll be okay. But there was not a cloud in the sky all day. And I'm pretty sure everyone enjoyed themselves. But it is one of the most surreal experiences you'll ever go through in your life. You hear everyone talk about it to you. About it being that it'll go by in a flash, and that it's this and it's that, and the superlatives that they come up with. And you never really believe them to a certain extent. But it really is like that. It's an absolute whirlwind of a day. A few beers in the morning, calm your nerves, you do the ceremony, you get struck by this sight walking down the aisle that is indescribable. You then spend the next 2 hours just walking around group to group, everyone wanting to talk to you and say congratulations. And I know a lot of my father's friends and my friends as well, mother's friends. They all really enjoyed themselves. It was just an overall an exceptional day. We had a band during the evening, and I set up a bit of a playlist for some in-betweeny music whilst the band wasn't on. They were really good. By the end of the night it was me, my sister, and Mrs. Hamster's maid of honour sat on the floor recovering. With the hotel kicking us out, going, no, you've got to go to bed now, no more, no more. But there is one other thing that strikes you, which we'll go through after I get out of this freaking junction. If I ever get out of this freaking junction. And the other thing that really grabs you is the sheer generosity of some people. I mean, we pretty much said that, you know, you expect wedding gifts and all this type of thing. I didn't. It's one of those things of, do you know what, it's one day, it's not a day that I'm ever going to do again. I just want people there. I want you, and you, because you're my best friends, you're family, whatever it might be. Can we go? No. But the generosity that we've had from absolutely everyone has been phenomenal. And it really is completely and utterly overwhelming. We flew out on a honeymoon to Marrakesh on the Monday and travelled down to Gatwick on the Sunday, because obviously I've got a house down here. So stayed here Sunday and went through some of the cards and bits and pieces. And it just felt like it was kind of 300 Christmases all rolled into one. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And I think people who have been through this experience will understand what I'm getting at. But for those of you who haven't, God, you have a tree installed. Well, I guess that's probably me waffled on enough. The honeymoon in terms of Marrakesh, well, that's going to be a whole separate vlog. Because there's some interesting stories there. What a great city. But anyway, that one's for next time. But for now, your hamster is back in the UK. Sadly going to work. So until next time, y'all, this is Hamster out.